Yo, what up, Deuce? Back for part 2 of my WrestleMania review. Um, yeah, so left off with the next match following that shitty Divas match. Um, was it? Yeah. So the entrances I went over. So Undertaker vs Triple H with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee for the end of an era Hell in a Cell match. Like I said, no blood. I was disappointed, but like I thought Triple H got hit with the steel steps by Taker in the beginning, and he rolled over on his stomach like that. Like I thought he was like what they usually do when they blade, and the camera kind of panned out, like panned away so you couldn't see. And I was like, holy shit, he's blading, and it didn't happen. But he did get Triple H did get cut right above his eyebrow, so he was like bleeding a little bit. Like this part of his face was kind of just bloody, but that's pretty much it. And it dried out as the match went on. But a brutal Hell in a Cell match. Triple H absolutely pounded, just beat the shit out of Taker with a steel chair. He must have hit him close to 20 times in the back with a steel chair. And Shawn at some certain points was like, come on, like, stop it. Like, I know you want to end it, but come on. Like, and it was pissing me off because King was like the whole time, like, come on, like, I know you want to win, but you don't have to like end this man's like career or whatever. It's like it's Hell in a Cell. There are no rules. Like JR always says, like when King would always complain before, like he can't do this, can he? JR would be like, of course he can. There's no rules. It's Hell in a Cell. Like, come on, man, the fuck up. It's professional wrestling. Here it is in the PG era. So yeah, I mean Taker was getting his fucking shit handed to him. His back was red. Oh my god, the steel chair shots he took were brutal. And Triple H broke out Mr. His best friend, the sledgehammer, cracked Taker with that in the skull. Uh, let's see, hit pedigree, and at one point, they were both getting frustrated with Shawn, like trying to get him out of the way, and then at one point, Triple H, Shawn had was trying to check on Taker and came over, and Taker ended up putting him in Hell's Gate on this. He was on the top of the steel step. Didn't really matter, but he put him in the Hell's Gate and finally let him. Or Triple H broke it up. A referee came. Charles Robinson came down. That referee, a blonde-haired referee, who ran like unbelievably far in the WrestleMania 4 main event between Taker and Edge, just sprinted down to the ring. I'm sure you can find that video on YouTube like everywhere. But he came down the ring, came in, counted 2. Taker did not. This was before anyway. Yeah, what was it? Oh, he. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I didn't take notes on like what happened in the match. Just trying to. It's too much to write down. But there's one point where Taker, he got a 2 count on Triple H, and Charles Robinson came down because HBK, that's right, was knocked out after he got hit, put in Hell's Gate. And Undertaker was furious it wasn't a 3 count. He choke slammed Charles Robinson. A nasty choke slam. I always laugh when the refs take choke slams. There's carnage in the ring. The fans were chanting, "This is awesome." And then Taker turned around, sweet chin music from Shawn Michaels into the pedigree Triple H. I literally for a split second I thought it was over. 1, 2, very near fall, 2 3/4. I mean, my God. Taker kicked out. Triple H with another pedigree later in the match. Taker kicked out. Oh my God. And the match ended, and then Taker to Tombstone, and Triple H kicked out of that, and the crowd was just going nuts. They tossed each other into the cell wall a few times at the beginning of the match, but that's pretty much the only part of the cell that was utilized. And so the match ended when Triple H was gonna hit. He was put in the Hell's Gate and had like a lot like dragged, just sucked out of him or whatever. And the match ended where Triple H was gonna hit Taker with a sledgehammer again. Taker stepped on the ground when Triple H reached for it and just like, no, I don't think so. Taker takes it from his hand. Triple H, shoves him away like last act of defiance, as JR called it. And he's backed up in the corner, a little suck it. And Taker hit him with a tombstone, second tombstone for the 1, 2, 3. And this match went like 25 minutes. I think it may have been 30 minutes. Excellent match. Excellent Hell in a Cell match. Even though there was no blood, perfectly fine with it. There was just these guys beat the holy hell out of each other. Wow, Taker goes to 20-0, and there was pyro. The show's in 20-0 up on the WrestleMania stage after the match. and the fireworks, and Taker in his pose. I probably looked really retarded there, but nonetheless, not afraid to make a fool of myself. So Taker goes to 20-0. Rest in peace, Triple H, for a third time. Damn, I'm pretty sure Triple H does not want to fuck with Taker anymore. And after the match, honestly, I did shed a tear, to be honest, when at the end Taker and Shawn helped Taker up, and then they both helped Triple H up. Got a standing ovation. They walked back top of the ramp. They all kind of just looked out. They were both holding up Triple H, who just looked like he was dead. They all kind of looked around, took a gaze, and they kind of just came together and hugged at the end. Really special, man. It's like I grew up watching those three guys my childhood. Never get an era back like that, as JR said, an era that will never return to. And those three, that hug, man, that really it gave me goosebumps, and I did shed a tear too. I was really emotional. That was great. Those three, been through it all together, and this is probably the end of the road for all of them. I mean, you won't see them all WrestleMania at once. This is the only time. I mean, it's pretty emotional stuff there at the end. I really liked that. A lot of respect for all three of those guys. Thank you for making my childhood the greatest childhood ever in the '90s. The best part of professional wrestling fucking history. The Attitude Era. I got to watch that. I'm so thankful. Thank you to you three. Hats off. So enough of that gooey shit. Next, they showed a video package of the Hall of Fame inductors last night. I really wanted to see the Hall of Fame ceremony. I don't want to see it shortened to an hour tomorrow before Raw. Maybe I could find the full version somewhere. But, so they all came out on stage. Edge, man, he looks good. He got his haircut, shortcut. I think he looks good. Refreshing change. He got emotional. He started tearing up a bit when he came out on stage. And the Four Horsemen were there, and Nate was there, too. Woo! It's awesome to see Flair there. It really was. And just a bunch of woos. Apparently during the Hall of Fame ceremony, I read that the crowd was chanting, like, please come back, and like, please come back, please come back. And Nate was like, yo, I'd like to. So just leave TNA, that fucking cesspool, and come back home. Don't wrestle, obviously. I think he should be a manager like he was for Triple H. I think he'd be a great heel manager, even GM, just something. Well, not now because, there's a new GM of both shows, which I'll get to in a second. But just come back and be a manager or something. Backstage role anyway, anything. Nate, woo! So then out next is Brie Bella introducing Team Johnny. She had a Team Johnny shirt on. Out comes Team Johnny. Compromised, captained by David Otunga. You got Mark Henry, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, The Miz, Drew McIntyre, and who was the one other? Forget who the other guy was. And Team Teddy, captained by Santino Morelli, Great Khali, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, Zack Ryder, and God, I forget who the last two guys of both teams were. But anyways, and so they all had their supporters. Some divas were at ringside and whatnot. So team. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry. The Hell in a Cell match. Wow, how could I ever forget the Hell in a Cell match? I gave 4 stars. That was just a great Hell in a Cell match. 4 stars without question. So Team Teddy versus Team Johnny, the winning team. That general manager gets control of both Raw and SmackDown. GM of both shows. Team Johnny picks up the win. This match was like right after the Hell in a Cell match. The crowd obviously tried to get into it as best they could. But Team Johnny wins when Miz hit the skull-crushing finale on the skull-crushing finale on Santino. I called it. I said it was either going to be Miz, Dolph Ziggler, or Drew McIntyre to get the win. Miz, happy to see that. Second year in a row, got a win at WrestleMania. And then John Laurinaitis is the new general manager of both Raw and SmackDown. I mean, he's annoying as shit too, but he's better than Teddy Long. Holla, holla, holla. So, yeah, Miz won the Skull Crush finale. And then after the match, like, Eve is in the... Oh, and during the match, Zack Ryder's going for the bros... Oh, that's who he hit it on. I'm sorry. The Skull Crush finale on Zack Ryder, I'm pretty sure, yeah. He was going for the broski boot, and Eve came in the ring and did the woo, woo, woo fist pumps with him because she was supporting Team Teddy, I guess. And Zack noticed, tried to get her out of the ring. turnaround and skull crushing finale. So after the match, like Eve was like, "I'm sorry, Zach picked him up," and she just fucking nailed him in the nuts with a low blow. Eve is a bad bitch. I liked that a lot. She walked back up the ramp like strutting her stuff. Damn girl, have some mercy on poor young fella Zack Ryder. Uh, so yeah, Eve looking good there. And then she was just at the top of the ramp. You could see her mouth and Zack like, "I'm sorry," whatever. So it was good shit there. Team Johnny wins. New general manager of Raw and SmackDown, John Laurinaitis. Out next is Chris Jericho, followed by CM Punk, and we have cool entrances. Jericho had a funny jacket. Chris Jericho versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. Amazing, amazing match. I'm just gonna. Oh, and the Team Teddy versus Team Johnny, I gave 2.5 stars as well. The WWE Championship match, absolutely amazing. Exactly what I expected from these two guys, and I'm so happy it was the second to last match, one of the two main events. Two of the best wrestlers in the world, just showing their stuff. I mean, this was just great. Counter after counter, a bunch of near falls. There's just good storytelling. Punk hit his head nasty for whiplash off the top rope. I'm not sure if he's hurting still from that, but he sold it well throughout the match. And his bad back, he took a superplex from the outside. And the guys usually suplex you back into the ring, but Jericho suplexed Punk to the outside. Oh my God, that looked horrible. Nasty, nasty shit. But Punk is a tough son of a bitch. So is Y2J. Amazing, amazing match. The end happened. Jericho with a code breaker off the top as Punk went for his springboard clothesline. Ending happens when Jericho went for the walls. He got it, but then Punk turned it, rolled him over, Anaconda Vice. Jericho tried to get out of it. He did, but then Punk locked it in again. Got like the arm hook too this time, and Jericho tapped out. So Punk retains his WWE Championship. I stand corrected. I actually should have picked Punk to retain. I kind of had a feeling he would. But, man, usually I'd be pissed saying, "Oh, I'm pissed Jericho, lost." But he retained his World Heavyweight Championship WrestleMania 26 against Edge. So he's had a big match, but I did want him to win this. But this feud's obviously going to continue. Apparently it might go throughout the summer. I think that'd be great. I won't get tired of this feud. So Punk wins. Amazing match. I'm giving this match 4 stars too. Incredible. Yeah. So I'm not even going to say what stupid segment was up next. All I'd say is Brodus Clay was involved. You figure out the rest. So then that Machine Gun Kelly, some skinny, tight jean-wearing faggot comes out and hypes up John Cena. Flo Rida comes out, performs for The Rock. Out comes John Cena in his new color, I guess, it's green. I don't know why, go royal blue. You've never done that before. He comes out green, the fucking green Power Ranger. And then out comes The Rock, the great one. Electric ovation. Great ovation. So The Rock versus John Cena. Incredible match. This match went almost 40 minutes, I swear. Went right to the very end, like 11 o'clock. It ended. Incredible match. So many near falls. Cena had a couple AAs. Rock looked really good. Hit a rock bottom. Cena. Match ends where Cena is actually goes for the people's elbow at the end, and the crowd booed the shit out of him for that. Rock gets up out of nowhere, hits a rock bottom. Huge pop. 1, 2, 3. Rock wins. Crowd went absolutely apeshit. Great match and a great ending. Oh my God, great match. They really, the first rock bottom, Cena sold it horribly. I thought it just looked really weird, but I'm so happy The Rock won. So happy. Team Bring It all day, every day. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Rock wins with a rock bottom to conclude WrestleMania 28. So happy The Rock won. I got to see my Celtics destroy the Heat today. I saw The Rock beat John Cena, which I've been waiting for years. No Brock Lesnar at WWE at WrestleMania. It just goes to show you, don't trust those fucking spoilers. I've learned my lesson now. But who knows? Maybe he'll be on Raw tomorrow night. All I know is this WrestleMania. Oh, and the Rock Cena match, I'm giving that 4 stars too. It's just the length of it, the finishes, the counters, all that. Overall, this WrestleMania, I'm going to give 7.5 out of 10 stars. Just the first few matches weren't really that great, but the Taker match, the WWE title match, and the Rock Cena match was just awesome. 7.5 out of 10 stars. Thank you. WrestleMania, check out my review. Comment, I'm out. Peace.